Welcome to a Robolink tutorial. Today we're going to continue this series on drone videos. In order to be able to program our drone fighter, or our drone. Now, in this video we're going to be covering something pretty basic. How to make the drone stop flying uh, midway without, so it would stop the motors completely. Uh, We're gonna be using, like always, our smart drone control.h library, and our setup is gonna be the same that it has been for a while now. So if you need a refresher on what they do, zero.begin establishes zero communication, smart drone.begin, lots of begins. Smart drone.begin establishes the pins and things that we're gonna need to operate the drone, and the delay is just there to give it time to do it. Uh, Now, the difference here from all our other programs is in the loop. Now, the idea of these videos is that so that the loop at the end, the setup and everything's gonna look the same. But if you combine all your loops and exclude the smart drone control.lesson function, your drone should operate at full capacity. Now, in this one, we're gonna be using the number 3 for the lesson. I repeat, the number 3. This will disable the stop. Now, each lesson has an if statement. And the reason why there's if statements, I haven't explained it yet, at least I don't believe, is because each time we're checking and we don't want multiple things to try to happen at the same time if we accidentally touch too many sensors. So, in order to prevent that, we have if statements so that we're constantly looking for specific inputs from our board sensors, the sensors on connected to our board. So, in this one, we're going to be checking that we are not touching any of the other bottom sensors except for 11, which in your Smart Inventor board, if you're looking from the top, is at the very left bottom of the sensor. Now, we're checking that we're not accidentally touching the other sensors because different combinations are going to mean different things for our robot. At least that's how we set it up. Now, what are we going to make our robot do? We're going to make it stop. So what I mean by this is if your robot is flying and you don't want it to fly off or it's going away from you and it's going to hit something, you want to be able to stop it. If you have delays or you're telling your drone to do stuff and you have no way of sending a signal like a kill switch, your drone is going to most likely crash and give you issues. So you want to have some sort of stop command in your code. So that's what we're going to be doing. So this code is heavy on the libraries, meaning we're going to have a almost everything inside of this if statement is going to be in our drone control library. So the first thing is we want most of the coding that you're going to be doing for this is for your benefit more than for the drone's benefit, because we need to be able to visualize that things are happening. If every time you press the button you didn't know if it turned on or off, it would be very confusing and it would make it hard to debug and do all this nifty thing with the drone. So we want to be able to tell where in the code I am experiencing right now. So we're going to have a blink. So whenever we press the bottom left sensor, we're going to make it blink so that we can tell, okay, something is happening. And we're going to use this function. So how long and how many times it's going to blink. So it's just these two inputs just state how long the light stays on and then how many times it's going to do it. So it's going to blink 3 times. That, and then it's going to do whatever the next thing is. Now, we're after this, since it's off or stopped, we want to be able to kind of tell that it's supposed to be off, and so we're gonna turn off the lights on the board off. When we're flying, the lights will be on. When we're not flying, the lights will be off. Kind of simple idea. Uh, you could do all this stuff on your own loop instead of calling these functions. You could just have digital write and the lights off like we did with pairing. But I mean, it looks much nicer if the code is 4 lines than if it's a lot of lines with digital writes and nuts and so on. So this is just for preference and making things look simpler. If you want to go and put it back and do it yourself so that you don't have just random functions in your code, you can. Uh, Up to you. However, the one that you are not allowed to uh, replace is stop. So stop is the one that sends basically the kill signal to the board or to the drone saying to stop, turn off the throttles. The turn off the throttles, turn off the motors. So if you press this button, word of warning, and you're flying, the motors will stop spinning and the drone will drop. Now this is not that bad because the drone is relatively sturdy and it will be able to with or withstand, there we go, withstand the fall. However, you still, if you can help it and prevent it, that's always a good thing, right? Now, the last thing that we're going to put, or the second to last thing that we're going to put, at least the last thing with functions, is going to be this function right here. Now, this is button, yes, it is not misspelled. It just happens to be like that in the library and it didn't get changed. Button, please hold wait. Uh, yeah, so this is not a typo on my part. And what this does is if you're holding onto the sensor for too long, it will automatically keep waiting there. So if you put your finger there and you don't let go, you're stuck in this part of the code. And the reason we do that is so that we are not looping through the whole code multiple times while we're holding our finger there. So you're stuck there. So you're not able to stop stopping until you move your finger. So make sure if you need to stop, put your finger and then move it away. And then we're going to change the state to ready. Um, this is, again, this is something that is stored for the library, and it dictates whether you're gonna be flying or not. It's kind of in the name already. Yeah, so this code will stop the drone from flying, or it will cut off the motors. This is your most important thing in that aspect. So if you are writing autonomous code, future hint, and you land it or you wanna kill the motors, this is the line that does it. And unlike other times, I am not writing send because it's already included in this function. So you don't have to worry about doing smart drone send or interval send because it'll do it whenever it closes. All right, so it. Thank you for watching. Hope this video helped. If you have any comments or any suggestions, feel free to contact us and tell us to help us improve and make this even better than it is. All right, have a good one.